going to, the moon or Mars or...
There's a game for that already.
Is it called Space?
Called Kerbal Space Program.
Oh, Kerbal Space
Is it
Program.
realistic, though?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be realistic.
Well, you can make it goofy if you'd like, but they have different modes and modifiers. So.
Is there a Santa Claus game?
I'm sure there's somewhere.
No.
There's Elf Bowling.
You know who could play Santa Claus?
Elf Bowling.
Elf Bowling. That was some fun stuff. All right, you want to hear Marlon Brando?
Let's hear Marlon Brando.
Just a 2-minute clip from a documentary on Superman the movie.
I shall never see.
Your mics are still on, by the way.
Poem as lovely as a tree. A tree whose branches wide and strong. The Camptown ladies sing this song. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
I had a shooting date of Brando.
That's Richard Donner,
I
the
called
director.
Jay Cantor. Jay was Brando's agent, and I said, I'm going to see him. Give me some hints. What do I do? How do I handle him? He said, well, that's interesting. He wants to play it like a green suitcase. I said, look, I studied a little method and everything. I don't understand the green suitcase. Look, Dick. He said, if he can convince you that he's a green suitcase, you will photograph a green suitcase, he will stay home, and he'll do his voiceover. That's where he is. He's very smart. So we fly to L.A., and we go up to Brando's house, and it was Tom Mankiewicz, Ilya Salkind, and myself.
And then he went on a long conversation on the Indians, and I'm building things in Tahiti, and I'm definitely going to do a certain research about the ecology. I mean, he was really acting and doing things, and of course it's fascinating.
I don't know who that is.
But he wasn't talking about the film.
About 2 hours later, he said, look, this isn't why you're here. What can I do for you? What do you want to talk about? I said, well, I'd love to talk about the character. He said, yeah. I was prepared. He said, I thought maybe I should play it like I'm witty, green suitcase. He says, a bagel. I said, I beg your pardon? I have him ready for green suitcase, but no bagel. He said, like a bagel. I said, it's different. What do you mean? He said, well, who's to say what Krypton's like? Who's to say what? Maybe the people look like bagels up there.
All right. That's all the clip we're going to play.
My God.
Marlon Brando's a psycho.
Or genius. He was so lazy on the set of The Godfather, he didn't even remember his lines. He had an earpiece in his ear, obviously, reciting his lines. And that's like one of, if not the most memorable roles in the history of film.
You know what's incredible? The scene where he sits there and plays with the cat.
Okay, yeah.
Unscripted.
I'm sure a lot of his stuff.
He said that he wanted to play with the cat.
Yeah.
And Coppola's like, no, get rid of it. He's like, no, I'm playing with this cat. Roll the tape. And he was playing with the cat. And it's one of the most iconic scenes in all of movies. That The Godfather, it shows, it's crazy how this guy, who honestly that shouldn't have been iconic at all, he is the big bad mob, he is the Godfather, he's the most terrifying man in New York, and he's playing with a cat while there's official business being done in front of him, and he's just like, oh, this cat's real nice. it's like, what are you doing?
He knows what he's doing. I'm telling you, there's a method to his madness.
Yeah, but then if you go to a film class and you really look at it and think about it, it's showing a side to the Godfather. He is a human being that loves. He loves life as hard, as hard of a man as he was or is. He is a person, and he likes to just get away from the world every so often.
In that documentary about that movie, Dr. Moreau, The Island of Dr. Moreau, which is based off of a book about a doctor who turns people into animals. There was a little person, a midget, if you will, in the scene. In one scene, you can't say that.
I don't know. I don't think that's a.
Oh God, what can you say these days? A little person. I feel like that's more offensive. Oh, it's a little person.
You called me a Make-A-Wish kid, so honestly, how much worse could this get?
Okay, so there was a little person in one scene of this movie, and Marlon Brando's like, I love that little person. I'm sure he did not say that. And he was like, he's going to be in every scene with me. And literally, the entire movie, this little person, which just sat beside Marlon Brando throughout the entire film. It's the strangest. And I don't know if you remember the character Mephisto from South Park.
Yes.
He's kind of the doctor who creates like monkeys with several butts.
Yeah.
He's in like the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
But that's based off of Marlon Brando's character, and he has the little guy next to him, Kevin, who is obviously supposed to be the little guy from that movie. So it was parodied in that. But yeah, Marlon Brando, insane. There's also a really weird interview with him.
Marlon Brando's insane.
There's one interview with him and Larry King. This is one of like the last interviews of Brando, and he's just saying offensive, anti-Semitic stuff. It's funny stuff though. If you have, if you could withstand some offensive
if you can palate
humor,
that kind of humor.
Yeah, I mean, if you have, no sense of humor, I advise you not even to listen to this show because we like to have fun.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
And this show, by the way, is Nerdvana right here on the voice of Nassau Community College. 90.3.
Soon to be canceled.
WHPC. Real quick, I just want to mention this.
Real quick, I just want to say for the record, I don't agree with any of this.
We have to play a disclaimer promo after the show.
we do.
We probably do.
We definitely do.
What happened to your head?
Talk shows.
What happened to your head?
Oh, I was.
You always have a dent there?
No, I was Bill Goldberging. I was hitting my head into a wall.
Were you?
Before. No.
Do you always have that?
No, I don't know.
No, he made a wish too hard.
Yeah.
What happened?
I have no idea. Maybe I fell asleep during my review class. I have no idea.
You just sounded so concerned. What happened?
I'll figure it out and I'll get back to you. So real quick, Walmart Canada. They leaked like 8 different games and said they were all happening.
Like what?
Like Rage 2 and a bunch of other video games that I'm not remembering off the top of my head right now. But all of them were proven false, except Bethesda went out of their way with id Software to make a Rage account to disprove this. But people then said, then why did you create an entire... Why not just put it on the Bethesda website like this is fake? And it made people think maybe this is actually a real thing. And I believe today we got our first trailer for Rage 2. It's a little teaser trailer. Tomorrow they're going to be releasing a full gameplay trailer.
I hate the teasers for teasers now.
Yeah. So
just show the thing.
So they gave us a teaser, and it's being made by the guys who made the Mad Max game, which was pretty fun.
Yeah, I heard that was good. Great movie.
Yeah. So the guys who made the Mad Max game are going to be developing this with id Software, who made the original Rage. That kind of flopped, but it was not that bad of a game.
I know nothing about Rage.
Except
real life Rage.
So, I mean, Rage isn't that bad of a game. If the guys from Mad Max are involved, maybe we can see some really cool stuff. Maybe we could see like an awesome car battles and such. I think it'd be really cool to see. Rage 1 wasn't that bad of a game. I had a lot of fun with it. It's a stupid, mindless shooter where you just blow things up and kill things. So,
I like the sound of that, man.
Rage 2, it looks crazy. The trailer makes it look crazy. I can't wait to see the reveal trailer next week.
Do you like Rage Against the Machine?
No.
How do you not like Rage Against the Machine?
Sorry, I don't. How about this?
Listen to this.
How about another trailer? Like,
and we can't podcast anymore. Yeah. I was waiting for it.
So another...
Goodbye, Spreaker.
Another trailer that we got over the weekend was a new trailer for the new Walking Dead.
Oh, nice.
Which is being made by Overkill, the guys who made... what's the game? Payday 1 and Payday 2.
Love that candy bar.
They're really good games, but I'm not entirely sure how this game is going to play out. It's just, it looks very odd, but I give it faith because these other capable directors.
What?
I guess technically there is a game director, but...
Joe, could you repeat
you
that
okay?
sentence?
What is that bump on your head?
I have a
Who hit you?
Who hurt you?
I was playing football and I have a concussion.
Oh no.
But yeah, this game looks really beautiful, but I don't know if any of it's actual game engine. So have to take it with a grain of salt, but it looks okay.
Where do you think that phrase came from?
What?
Take it with a grain of salt. What does it even mean?
It has to refer to back in the day when the Romans conquered Carthage and they salted their land.
Really?
No, I have no clue.
Maybe that has to do with that planet that's made of salt in Force Awakens sequel called The Last Jedi.
Venus.
Is that what it's called?
No.
Isn't that a real planet?
Yes.
Can you name all the planets? Go!
There's too many. There's millions.
No, on this solar system, stupid.
In the solar system.
On this solar system, we're flat solar system.
No.
The solar system's flat.
No, we're not.
Like dirt.
It is. You didn't know? You didn't hear about this? It was just proven. Mike Tyson, the scientist. He just announced it.
He also he has leading breakthroughs in like how back injuries work as well.
Yeah, he broke his back. A spinal.
Spinal.
Well, since we did mention Star Wars, Solo, the Star Wars story. This is the prequel to the movie that no one asked for, and unfortunately, it seems to be getting somewhat decent reviews. The only thing I've heard,
unfortunately,
I wanted it to be like a horrible travesty, but people are saying that it's starts off pretty slow, but by the second half it really kicks into hyperspace.
Oof. Just.
Oof.
I hate you. I really. Why do we have to do this?
So I'm still seeing the movie. I don't care.
I don't know where these reviews are coming from.
Well, there was a
they had the premiere,
and there's an embargo on the review. You're not allowed to give a full review, but you're allowed to give snippets here and there. So a few people on Twitter were saying what they thought. I mean, it's not official critics. I'm really looking forward to a few critics that I really enjoy and respect their opinions. I don't know who these people were, but I'm looking forward to the people that I have faith in to see what they say. And I'm my own critic. I like to go in with an own opinion. Who knows? This could be This could be better than the last couple of Star Wars movies we got, which I don't think were too good. The Rogue One and Last Jedi.
Rogue One?
It was all right. It wasn't anything special. I would never watch it again.
Why?
Maybe if it was on in the background.
I thought Last Jedi was really good.
Yeah, I thought.
The only problem I have with Last Jedi.
Last Jedi stunk.
What are you talking about?
The only problem I have with Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
Well, aside from one character.
I don't care. That character's regardless of that character, rather. I didn't think the movie was interesting. There's no real character development in anyone. All the questions we wanted answered for, weren't given because they want to throw a swerve. Like, you want to know who Rey's parents were? They were just, mindless slaves. Oh, you want to know the backstory of Snoke? Too bad, he dies. That's right, I spoiled it. It came out months ago. Deal with it.
See, my problem, I have 3 problems with Last Jedi. I hate Rose.
Rose is a terrible character.
How did Leia become a Force wizard?
Leia's character was stupid. The only good stuff was with Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark Hamill.
That's it.
Mark Hamill killed it, but my only other...
Yeah, Mark Hamill didn't even want to do that. Like, he didn't want to... he thought that the way they wrote Luke was stupid.
I agree with them in some aspects, but I liked every bit with him training Rey. I didn't kind of like the ending of Luke.
I honestly
who
don't.
Also dies.
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly don't
Spoiler.
I don't like Rey in this movie.
What? Yeah, I didn't think Rey was anything special. She's kind of just phoning it in. She doesn't really care for the franchise. Adam Driver was awesome.
He was, but the only other thing I have to say about this is that
the movie stunk. I hated it.
I mean, my biggest problem is just there were so many great opportunities to do so many memorable things. Like, what's his name? Finn. Let him die.
Yeah.
If he would have died in that moment, that would have been the coolest moment.
It played it so safe.
It would have been so awesome. Finn dies. The First Order's in complete disarray.
Mm-hmm.
They just had someone. That moment when Laura Dern's character,
another unnecessary character. So many unnecessary stuff.
You know what? She had an awesome moment when she was like, "Yeah, screw it. I'm just gonna go hyperspace through a ship." Like, that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was an awesome moment. Like, screw it. I'm just going straight through this guy and crashes into that ship. That was awesome. But my biggest problem is just. It's like you go from that awesome moment to the Resistance is in its last stand right here. And you're going to tell me they can afford to let these guys blow open the front door? I get Luke's the biggest badass in the galaxy, but why did you let them just walk in the front door? John Boyega should have crashed into that thing, blew it up, killed half the Resistance walkers, and now you're saying, whoa, the Resistance has a chance. Finn died for the greater good. This is awesome. Instead, it's... We can't sacrifice everything. That's war. You have to.
And on that note, we'll be back after this message.
Han Solo died in the originals.
Did he?
He did.
Han Solo?
He went to Carbonite. Well, you know what I mean. He went to Carbonite and he gave himself up.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
We'll be back after this.
He shot first.
This show is brought to you by Cirque du Soleil presents Volta, held under the big top.
Opens May 17th at NYCB Live, home of the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
The name Volta refers to a sudden about face, a change